And it's not what you were expecting at all.
It never is.
Yeah, it's always a surprise.
Yeah, it's always a surprise. But it puts a lot of buzz around the high school coaches, and talking to the area, what they think, what you think, and you don't know. It's the best kept secret in Texas, in my opinion.
Sounds good, Coach. What about from your perspective? What does that mean for you?
Same thing for us. We're just over 2,300, and so we feel we're going to be either in the same district, or in the past they've thrown us into that north side district in San Antonio, which is a little more difficult. But what it is what it is. I mean, you got to play the games, you got to schedule whoever you got to schedule, and get ready for the season.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to, like you mentioned, Coach, Snapshot today is Friday, but really don't find out for another 4 or 5 months. We'll be looking forward to that and seeing what those new alignments look like. Let's move on now to the predictions. And, Coach Graff, from wherever he is, some kind of secret lair with 12 computer monitors there, monitoring all of the high school football games in Texas, because he's 63-26.
Like a wizard hat on, right?
He's Wizard of Oz. He's got behind the curtain.
He's got something going on. So he's at 63 and 26. Coach Tom, 57-32, followed closely by Coach Eric Villaseñor at 56-33. I'm coming in second to last, 53-36. I blame the Aggies for that. I've been on their bandwagon the past couple of weeks, and it hasn't worked out. And Morris is bringing up the rear at 51-38. So hopefully he can get healthy this week as far as that's concerned. Let's move on to our predictions. Now, the first one is one called in by Coach Graff, Pearsall versus Divine. And, of course, we'll be pending Coach Graff and Morris's picks for this week. So we'll start here with Coach Tom. What's your prediction here? Pearsall and Divine.
I'm not falling in that trap ever again.
Coach.
Going Divine.
All right, and let's make that unanimous there. All three for Divine. Next one is Poteet versus Crystal City. Coach, your pick.
I'm gonna go with Crystal City.
Coach? I'm gonna go Poteet.
I go with Poteet. I'm gonna go with Poteet as well. Amongst the strawberries there, even though this game I think is going to be in Crystal City. Here's a very interesting one called in by Coach Eric Villaseñor. Humboldt Atascosita versus Galena Park North Shore. Very interesting game. Coach, I'm going to let you pick this one first, since I think you must know something if you call this one, and you must have scouted this. And not the Michigan type scouting either, the real scout.
Yeah. I'm going to go North Shore. It's going to be a close one.
Coach,
I'll go North Shore.
All right, and since you all must know something I don't, I will pick North Shore as well. Here's one in your district, Coach Nixon versus Southwest Legacy. You've played both of them. What do you think's going on there?
I'm going to go Nixon.
Coach?
Nixon.
And I will go Nixon there as well. I haven't seen Southwest Legacy play this year, but I did see Nixon. We're going to the college ranks now. Here's an interesting one. South Carolina at A&M up there in College Station. The South Carolina lost to a certain team that you all might be familiar with, University of Missouri, this past week. And so they're coming off a loss. Coach, what's your pick there?
I'll go A&M.
Going to go with the Aggies there.
A&M.
Going to go with the Aggies. And I will also go with the Aggies and hope that this time I don't get burned, because that'd be about 3 or 4 times this season already that's happened to me. But the Gamecocks just aren't looking good this year. Here's an interesting one, a new team in the Big 12, BYU coming into Austin. Coach, do I even need to ask?
Texas.
Going with UT.
UT.
Coach, UT, and I think UT is ready to win there too. Very interesting one here, Oregon at Utah. Utah just took down USC this past week in a game that I picked incorrectly last week. Utah's got a strong defense, and the Ducks are coming in to see them. Coach, I'll go this way. Gonna go with Oregon.
I'm gonna go Utah.
I'll pick Utah. I like the momentum Utah's got. I think their defense can do it. So I'm gonna go with Utah there too. One in the SEC East, Tennessee at Kentucky. Coach?
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
The other UT, I'll mark it down that way.
Tennessee.
Coach? Tennessee, and I'm gonna go with Tennessee there as well. Here's one that's interesting over in the Rose Bowl in California. Dion, Coach Prime, and his Colorado Buffaloes coming in. They're going to take the tarp off the Rose Bowl. That's how many tickets they've had sold. The section that's usually covered there at UCLA is going to be off for this game. Coach, what's your pick?
I'm going Colorado.
Colorado. Coach, what do you think?
I'm going to go Chip Kelly. I'm going to go UCLA.
And I think I believe in Chip Kelly, too. I think Dion's burned me a couple too many times already this season. For then finally in the pro ranks, the Rams visiting the Cowboys, coming off an off week. The Cowboys ready for Sean McVay and the Rams. Coach, we'll go.
I'm going to go Cowboys.
Cowboys. Oops, Cowboys here. But, Coach, I think I can pretty much pencil you in for the Cowboys. Last time I was in charge of this, Morris made fun of me for my handwriting. Couldn't understand anything I wrote. So, we might get the picks right. We might not. We'll see.
You were going to be a doctor.
We'll see. Yeah, I was. I chose the other one, right? So, folks, I want to thank you so much for joining us at the Prediction Show this week. We're going to be there live for both games this week. We'll be there tomorrow evening at the SAC there in Laredo for the Eagles game against the United South Panthers, and we will be there on Friday for that game down at Shirley Field between the Mavericks and the Martin Tigers. Still in playoff contention for both of our teams, and we still have a lot of season left to play and a lot to look forward to. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.